button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
Okay, so thank you for joining me, and hopefully this is coming out. I bought my PS5 yesterday, so this is all very new. I've been a bit of a deep end. I've had an Xbox Series X for a while, and the accessibility on that is great.
Screen reader on.
And,
Enables narration of on-screen text.
We're about to have a go with
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
The Last of Us Part 1, the remastered version. And Naughty Dog have done some amazing stuff with accessibility for The Last of Us Part 2, which I played on the PS4 briefly. The question is, how is the accessibility in this version, the Last of Us Part 1? Got PS on the brain. So if you didn't know, my name's Stu and I'm totally blind. So there's some blind gamers out there. Some have got some sight, some have got none. I have none at all. So this is from a point of view of somebody who cannot see anything. No screen, no inputs, nothing. So we're going to go with the accessibility options and see what's involved. And it looks like on the front screen here we've got the option to turn on the screen reader.
Continue. Screen reader on. Enables narration of on-screen text.
So that's on.
Text language. English, UK. Change speech language. English, US. Change the language of spoken dialogue. Left and right directional buttons.
Français. English.
Türkçe. Ellinika. Polski. Ruski.
English, français.
Italiano. Deutsch. Español. Portuguese. Ruski. Polski. Ellinika. Türkçe.
English, français. English, US.
So English US is the only option.
Left and right. Continue. Screen reader on. Continue. Resize the markers until they fit in the corners of your screen.
Well, that's no good to me, is it? So
continue.
We'll assume that's okay.
X button. Select. Circle button. Back. HUD brightness 5. Range 1. Brightness 0. Contrast HDR off. Rendering mode. Performance. Adjust the resolution and frame. HDR off. On. Rendering mode. Continue.
You excuse
X button. Select.
while
Circle
I just
button.
listen to these
Back.
options. I mean, it should be self-explanatory as you follow it with sight or assuming it's on the screen.
HUD brightness 5. Range 1. Brightness. Continue. Here are some common features you may want to adjust before playing.
I don't want common
A comprehensive
features.
list of adjustments is available from the options. Subtitles. Continue. Subtitles. Audio. Accessibility.
So,
Audio. Dynamic range. Auto. Mono audio. Off. Dynamic range. Auto. Maximum. Auto. Mono audio. Here is accessibility. Apply vision accessibility preset. Off. A full list. Apply hearing accessibility preset. Off. Apply motor accessibility. Apply vision accessibility preset. Off. Apply hearing accessibility. Here are some common features you may want to adjust before playing.
that's
A
obviously
comprehensive list of adjustments is available from the options menu. Accessibility. X button. Select. Circle button. Back.
so that's obviously the common features, but I want to go in and do it, customize it from scratch so you can see exactly what's there.
Continue.
I assume we're loading. Yeah.
Press any button.
Chirpy birds.
The Last of Us. Play the main story of The Last of Us.
Oh dear. This is just me and I'm hearing things. It sounds like she's saying The Last of Us. Do you want The Last of Us?
Left behind. The Last of Us. Play the main story of The Last of Us.
Yep, she's saying The Last of Us.
Left. The Last of Us. Play the main story of The Last
That's
of
never
Us.
going to get dull.
Left. The Last of Us. Play the
The
main.
Last of
Left
Us.
behind. The Last of Us. Play the left behind. The Last of Us. Play the main story of The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Left behind. Options. Extras. The Last of Us. Left options. Controls.
Right.
DualSense. HUD.
Now this is going to take a while because there's so
X
many
button.
options to choose
Select
from.
subtitles. Display. Audio. Language. Accessibility. Alternate controls. Magnification and visual aids. Motion sickness. Navigation and traversal. Navigation and traversal. Navigation assistance. Off. Pressing L3 button. Faces the camera in the direction of story progression, marking the traverse. Navigation assistance. Off. Pressing L3 button. Faces the cam. On.
So that helps me to basically
Left and right directional
tap
buttons.
down left
Change.
stick.
Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
That allows you to, because a lot of problems with first-person games and third-person games is that you got a stick for movement, a stick for camera, and so you end up walking one direction, your camera's facing one way. These options here allow me to focus the camera straight ahead, and with this traversal on, basically it'll point me in the right direction.
Traversal assistance. Off. Enable simplified traversal input.
No.
Ledge guard. Off. On.
Yeah, I don't want to fall off.
Enhanced listen mode. Off. On. Scan range. 20. Scan time. 3. Infinite breath. Off. Enables infinite breath. On.
Yeah, I don't want to drown.
Skip puzzle option. Off. When in a puzzle, select skip. On. Navigation assistance. On. Pressing L3 button. Faces the camera in the direction of story progression. Mark traversal assistance. Off.
we've got that
Enable
on.
simplified traversal input.
Don't need
Press
traversal
X
assistance.
ledge guard.
that's-
On. Guards against falling off ledges with additional audio and vibration feedback. Prevents you from falling from ledges that will kill you.
I mean, that's always a good thing.
Left and right direct traversal assist ledge
prevents
guard
you falling
traversal
off a ledge.
assistance. Enhanced listen mode. On. Enables the ability to scan for items. Circle button and enemies.
Yeah,
Square
scan for
button.
item.
Scan range. Scan time. 3 second. Navigation and traversal. Screen reader and audio cues. Screen reader and audio cues. Screen reader on. Enables
Screen reader's
narration of on
on.
cinematic descriptions. Off. Enables descript on.
That's awesome, because that's actually now...
Left and right directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
I do believe this is the first game that actually has audio description in the cutscenes, so things like streaming and television broadcasts have audio description, which basically fills in the gaps, and that should work fairly well. I think there's a few areas where it comes out of a cutscene and doesn't describe it, but we'll find that out.
Traversal audio cues. Off. Enables additional accessibility audio cues to assist with traversal and exploration. Plays a sound cue for jumpable gaps and climbable ledges.
Yeah.
On.
So put that on. That basically means it'll give me a sound
Combat
effect when
audio. Traversal audio cues.
near
On.
objects
Enables additional
and things to-
accessibility or combat audio cues. Off. Enable on.
turn those on. Basically, it gives me extra
Left
cues
and right
of when
combat
I'm being
vibration
attacked.
cues. Off. On.
Vibration, same thing, but through the controller.
Speech to vibrations. Off. When enabled, spoken dialogue is also played through the DualSense wireless controller as vibrations, allowing the player to feel how the line was delivered.
Don't need that myself, but for
Left
deaf
and
and
right
hard,
directional buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
for deaf and hard of hearing players, that's a godsend. It's a new function that basically the microphone in the controller will read out the dialogue and the speech from the actors and what's on screen, but it'll also vibrate to give you an intonation to tell you whether somebody is shouting, whether they're angry. So that gives extra emotional punch to dialogue.
Audio volumes. Adjust the volume levels of sound effects, dialogue, music, cinematics, and audio accessibility options.
I'll leave that standard
X
for a
button.
minute.
Audio cue glossary. Browse and listen to various audio cues that appear throughout gameplay. X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
I'll have
Circle button.
to come
Back.
back to that, I think, because that's basically a list of all the sound effects in the game, and because it can be quite overwhelming, I think we'll just have to dive in, see what sound effects work, what I'm confused by, and come back to that as a bit of a cheat sheet almost of options of sound.
Screen reader. On. Enables narration. Cinematic descriptions. On. Screen reader and audio. Combat accessibility. Combat accessibility. Enable combat accessibility. Off. Enables the combat accessibility settings. These settings are designed to make combat accessible for all players.
Yeah.
On.
Sounds good.
Hostages don't escape. Off. Enemies grabbed by you will not break free while struggling. Left and right directional
Leave
buttons.
that on.
Allies don't get grabbed. Off. Allies will automatically escape when grabbed by enemies.
Makes it too easy.
This
I
setting will
think.
enemies don't flank. Off. Enemies will not reduced enemy perception. Off. Reduce enemy perception in stealth. Reduced enemy accuracy. Off. Reduce enemy invisibility toggle. Off. Hold. Circle button to become invisible to enemies while not aiming. Your movement speed is limited while this mode is active. This setting is disabled during certain encounters where stealth is not an option. If set to limited, the time limit will be based on the stealth difficulty settings.
So it's a handy option
Left and right
for
directional buttons.
people that find
Change.
certain areas
Triangle
difficult.
button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
You can basically just make yourself invisible for a short period of time on certain circumstances, which if you're finding it really tricky to get past a part, I assume would help.
Weapon sway. On. Enables camera sway. Off.
Turn that off because obviously I'm aiming.
Left and right up. Slow motion. Off. Reduces game speed when enabled. When set to toggle use, touchpad swipe right to toggle slow motion.
Might be useful going
Left
slow
and right
motion,
direct
but I'm
tinnitus sound on. Slow tinnitus sound on. Enables an audio effect that mimics a ringing in the ears when in the proximity of an
Tinnitus
explosion. Left and right directional buttons.
tinnitus?
Enable combat accessibility on. Combat accessibility.
that.
Alternate controls.
See, there's a lot
Alternate
of
controls.
options.
Customize controls. Remap and fully customize alternate
Don't need
controls.
to remap because I haven't got physical difficulties.
Square
but if
button.
you have, that's a really
Presets.
useful
X
option.
magnification and visual aids. Square button.
Don't need
Presets.
that 'cause I
X
can't
button.
see
Select.
anything.
Motion sickness. Square button.
sickness should be
Presets.
an
Motion
issue.
sickness. Camera shake. Motion blur. Camera distance. Motion sickness.
Doesn't affect me.
Navigation and traversal. Screen reader and combat accessibility. Alternate controls. Magnification and visual aids. Motion sickness. Navigation and accessibility.
That's
Language. Audio. Effects. 100. Rain. Dialogue. 100. Music. Cinematics. 100. Accessibility audio cues. 100. Screen reader. 50. Range. 0. 2. 100. Adjust the volume of screen reader narration.
okay, so screen is
Screen
lower.
cinematic descriptions. 100. Dynamic range. Auto. Mono audio. Off. Effects. 100. Range. 0.
So
2.
we can
Audio.
always change those audio. I'm just
Display. Display.
Display,
Rendering
no.
mode. Performance. Adjust the unlocked frame rate. Locked. Maximizes frame rate on supported televisions. This television does not support high frame rate, HFR, or variable refresh rate, VRR, or these settings are disabled on your console.
it does, but I've plugged into
Left
my
and right
soundbar,
direct brightness. Adjust
so
vid unlocked
it-
frame rate.
the
Locked.
variable refresh
Maximizes
rate
frame
won't
rate
work.
brightness. Adjust vid safe zone scale. Adjust motion blur. 10. Ray camera shake. 10. Display.
Oh, that don't need all that.
Subtitles. HUD. Subtitles. Off. Size. Lock. Background. Locked.
So
Names.
loads of subtitle
Subtitles.
options for those that are deaf and hard of hearing.
HUD. Dual sense. Vibration. Adaptive triggers. On. Enables adaptive triggers, which provide resistance when holding down. L2 slash
interested to see how the
R2. Bow
triggers
resistance. On. Adapt bow resistance.
Bows.
Menu. 10. Range. 0. Overall gameplay. 10. Player actions. 10. Melee. 10.
Wow,
Gunshots and bow. 10.
loads of
Enemy
options.
attacks. 10. Range. Ambient weather. 10. Range. 0.
Crikey,
Dual
so-
sense.
Basically, the whole controller can be customised
X
on
button.
different
Select.
environmental
Triangle
issues,
button. Reset to
weapons,
defaults.
all that sort of
Circle
stuff.
button. Back.
So if you have problems with, I guess, dexterity in your hand and strength, you can
Controls.
change all that.
Controls. View controls. View the currently selected customize control. Remember shoulder swap. Off. Remember the shoulder your camera was over from the last time you aimed instead of defaulting to the right every time.
Okay.
Custom. Remember shoulder swap. Off. Remember the shoulder your camera was over from the last time you aimed instead of defaulting to the right every time.
No, I think I need to
Left
know
and right
it's
directional
defaulted to
buttons.
the right
Change.
means I know where I'm
Circle
going
button.
every time.
Off. L3 button. R3 button. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Listen mode. Hold. Change the input method for listen. Off. L3 button. R3 button. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
Not sure what that is.
List look sensitivity X. Far look sensitivity what
Right,
controls.
we'll leave those. There's too many options. here.
Accessibility. Language.
Right, I think
Audio.
that's...
Display.
I think that's it. So
Options.
options done.
Extras. The Last of Us. Play the main story of the left behind options. Left The Last of Us. Play the main
The
story
Last
of
of
The Last of
Us.
Us.
Let's play The Last of Us and see what happens.
New game. Moderate. Provides a balanced light. Very light. Explore and experience the story with a lighter combat challenge. Grounded. The most challenging and realistic experience. Very light. Explore and experience the story with a lighter combat challenge. Camera and aim assistance settings are enabled by default. X button. Select. Circle button. Light. Less challenging than moderate. Resources are more common and enemies are less dangerous. X button. Select. Circle button. Back. Very light. Explore light. Less challenging than moderate. Resources are more common and enemies are less dangerous. Very light. Explore and experience the story. Grounded. Then very light. Less challenging than moderate. Resources are more common and enemies are less dangerous. X button. Select. Circle button.
Let's
Back.
go with light.
Start. You have selected light. Challenge level can be changed at any time in options. Difficulty. Start. X button. Select. Circle button. Back.
Okay. Let's get into it. By the way, I'm wearing
White
this.
words appear over a black background. Sony Interactive Entertainment presents a Naughty Dog game.
There you go, there's your
Cut
AD.
to a darkened living room. A blonde preteen girl stirs as she sleeps on a couch. An unseen man enters the house.
Obviously, spoilers,
Tommy,
so
listen to me.
don't watch this if you
He's the
want to.
contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job.
He is on a phone.
I understand.
Has dark hair and a beard.
Let's talk about this in the morning, okay?
A lamp flips on.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
The girl wakes up.
All right, good night.
Hey,
Scoot.
She slides over as the man takes a seat next to her.
Monday at work, huh?
He leans back, then rests his head on his hand.
What are you still doing up? It's late.
Crud, what time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
But still today.
A clock reads 11:49.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
She retrieves a small box.
Here,
She hands it to him.
What's this?
your birthday?
She sits back beside him as he opens the box to reveal a gray wristwatch with a leather strap.
You kept complaining about your broken watch. So, figured, you know.
He puts it on.
You like it?
Raising his wrist, he inspects the watch.
Honey, this is... It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No.
She pushes his forearm away.
Oh, ha ha.
She lies down on the couch.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Oh, good. You started helping out with the mortgage then.
Yeah, you wish.
He presses a button on a remote, and the glow of a television washes over them. Later, the man scoops the now sleeping girl off the couch. They pass the clock, which now reads 1:31, as he carries her towards a staircase.
Haptics, the vibration of the controller as they walk up the stairs.
In a
That's
bedroom,
good.
he lays her down over a butterfly bedspread.
And the audio description is spot on. This is the first time I've ever experienced
He
it in a
brushes
video
her
game.
hair behind her ear.
All right, baby girl.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Uncle Tommy? Hello?
With navigation assistance enabled, press L3 button to face the camera in the direction of story progression.
So, as I was saying earlier, part of the reason why I'm wearing the headset is that it's much easier for me to be able to hear the cues around me. So, by swinging that stick, which I'm assuming is swinging my viewpoint around, there's a dinging noise, which basically is... I can center it, so... So I can manually center my travel of direction, which is really cool, as like a little beacon waypoint. Or if I put it off to the side, tap the L3 stick, and it automatically centers me straight ahead. And now there's a new waypoint, or an object, I guess. It's a different sound. It's the thing, different sounds, I have to get used to what the sounds mean. Let's try and manually walk towards that. Oh. Okay, now that's flipping left and right for some reason. Again,
This audio cue means that a triangle button interact prompt is available.
okay, so I'm guessing the left and right, the noises from left and right, I mean there's something in between those two, I don't know. But let's use the triangle button to... Right, not sure what that was. So in a situation like this now, I'm not entirely sure.
Dad?
There we go. Just wander around until something happens, I guess. There we go. So if you hear that noise, that's when I'm pressing the stick, which orientates me in the right direction of my traversal. Let's investigate this.
L2 button, zoom, square button, read, circle button, put back.
I wasn't listening then. Let's put back.
L2 button, zoom, square button, read, circle button, put back.
Square button
Texas
is read.
Herald. 300% increase due to mysterious infection. Admittance spikes at area hospitals. FDA expands list of contaminated crops. Massive recalls anticipated. The Food and Drug Administration's investigation of crops potentially tainted with mold continues across the country. Initial lists distributed to vendors nationwide warned against crops imported from South America. However, now the scope has extended to include Central America and Mexico. Several companies have already voluntarily recalled their food products from store shelves. The FDA is expected to release an expanded list of foods under their. Continued on page 3. Police, crazed woman killed husband and 3 others. An encounter with local law enforcement yesterday evening ended in bloodshed when police responded to several 911 calls in Westlake Hills. Upon discovery of a grisly murder scene, officers were violently attacked by Sandra Rivers, who was on the premises unknown to law enforcement.
Anyway, get the
L2
idea.
button, zoom, square button, read, circle button, put back.
Things are going a bit south. Right, so we've read that.
Daddy?
Where's Daddy gone? Where's your daddy? So that whoop noise means like so changing direction, I guess. I have to reorientate to get to. Whoa. Okay.
What was that?
What was it? I'm gonna walk towards the dog and see what's happening over there. Although I've ended up in a wall or something, a hedge. Where am I going? Oh, here we go.
There's his phone.
Well, something's vibrating. I'm hoping it's his phone. All I can hear is the vibration. Okay, so that's ding. Does that mean I'm in range? Yeah.
8 missed calls. Where the hell are you?
Read.
Call me on my way.
8 missed calls. Text message from Tommy, where the hell are you? Call me. On my way.
That's
Circle button, back.
quite good. So actually, the text to speech on the software, as well as the lead character doing the dialogue, reading it, we've got the option to read it with the screen reader.
Square button,
That's pretty
read,
good.
circle button, put back.
Not sure you want to throw that back on the floor, do we? I don't know. Not take the phone. Anyway, let's go and. Oh God. I'm not going to be able to see what's happening, but I can hear something that sounds like somebody's in a noose. I've not played this before. It sounds like something swinging. I'm hoping it's... I know the game's meant to be traumatic in some ways. So... don't watch if you're a bit sensitive. Or maybe not, maybe it's just the...
There you are.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Does anyone come in here?
No.
See, with
who
that
would come
exact
in
audio
here?
description, I
Don't
don't
go
know what's
near the
happening.
door,
I just
just
assumed that somebody
stand
was
back
hanging
there.
themselves.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
Jimmy!
Dad?
Too many pot noodles.
Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you!
Jimmy's not very happy.
You shot him.
Sarah,
I saw him this morning.
listen to me. There is something bad going on. You've got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tommy, come on. Come on.
Where the hell you been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got some notion.
Holy shit. You got blood all over you.
It ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
This ain't half the people in the city lost their minds.
Can we just please go?
Some sort of parasite or something. You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
I'm fine. Can we hear us on the radio?
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah, she's fine. She's just seems to
Cell
be
phone.
shot.
No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
They say where to go?
They said, Army's put up roadblocks on the highway. No getting into Travis County.
We need to get the hell out. Take 71.
71, that's where I'm headed.
Did they say how many are dead?
Probably a lot. They found this one family all mangled inside their
Tommy.
house. Right. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, how did this happen?
They got no clue.
Oh,
But we
okay.
ain't the only town.
I can actually look
First they're
around.
saying it's just the south. Now they're going on about the east coast, the west coast. Holy hell. That's Lewis's farm. I hope that sumbitch made it out.
I'm sure he did.
Are we sick?
No, of course not.
How do you know?
They said it's just people in the city. We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
So I'm not sure
That's right, he did.
which way the camera's
We're
facing, but
fine,
I can
trust
guess
me.
by pointing it towards
Alright.
the sounds that are happening.
Let's see what they need.
Who do you think you're doing? Keep driving.
I got a kid, Joel.
So do we.
But we have room.
Keep driving, Tommy. You ain't seen what I seen. Someone else will come along.
Should have helped him.
Oh, this is bad. Everyone and their mother had the same damn idea.
We could just backtrack and...
What the fuck, man? Let's go!
It's kicking us around.
Oh my god.
Tommy! Tommy!
Holy shit!
The surround sound's pretty good actually, in the headphones.
Just happened. What the fuck just happened? Did you see that?
Yes, I saw it.
God damn.
Turn here, turn here. No.
Come on, people, move.
What are they running from?
Get us out of here.
I'm trying.
Oh no.
We can't stop here, Tommy.
I can't fucking drive through them,
Then
Joel!
back up then!
They're behind me, too!
There! Hold on! Go!
Whoops.
Daddy? Hey. Hey!
Get back.
Okay.
This audio cue indicates that you should press square button.
Okay, so square button to get out. I mean, there's no audio description on this bit, but I can I can kind of guess what's happening.
Dad?
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come, give me your hand. What is it?
My leg hurts.
Okay.
Pretty bad.
We're gonna need to run.
God. You keep us safe. Come on, baby. Now hold on tight.
Okay. Daddy, I'm scared.
This audio cue indicates that you should press square button repeatedly.
Okay, so vibration on the controller and lots of beeping. Okay. Didn't end well.
Joel, watch out!
No.
Just keep your eyes closed, honey.
Keep running!
Keep looking at me, baby.
Keep looking at him, he said keep your eyes closed.
Over there!
We're gonna get out of this. I promise.
Get back! There's too many of them! This way! Through the alley! Go!
I am going. Alright, love, calm down. What the
She's dead!
hell?
God damn it!
We're almost there. We're almost there, baby.
They're getting through the fence! Keep going!
Don't know why I'm looking to my right. Oh my god. She ain't happy.
She's dead! God damn it!
We're almost there. We're almost there, baby.
They're getting through the fence! Keep going! Find a way out of here!
Jesus, am I good? Oh.
You are standing. Health 100.
So how do I stop getting eaten?
She's dead! God damn it!
We're almost there. We're almost there, baby.
You said that last time and then you got eaten.
They're getting through the fence! Keep going! Find a way out of here! Come on! Go!
Is it square for a...
Come on! Go! Move it!
Right, I can't figure out which buttons does he pressing for the...
You are standing. Health 100.
Control Center for Stuart Williams. The time is now 1:04 a.m. Control. Switcher. 2 of 11. Notifications. Home. Power. Profile. Accessories. 9 of it. Mic. Sound. 7 of 11. Download/uploads. 6 of 11. Button. Press the button.
Options. Photo mode. Options. Photo audio cue glossary. Extras. Save game. Load game. Restart check. Quit to main menu. Options. Photo mode. Option. Difficulty. Controls. Difficulty. Challenge. Light. Adjust the overall difficulty of the game. Difficulty.
That's light. Gee whiz.
Controls. Controls. View controls. View the currently selected control scheme. Hold any button to hear its button mapping. Touchpad swipe up. Screen reader status. Touchpad swipe down. Unbound. Touchpad swipe right. Slow motion toggle. Disabled. Touchpad swipe left. High contrast controls. Customize controls. Remap remember shoulder swap. Photo mode shortcut. Listen mode. Hold. Look sensitivity X. 5. Look sensitivity Y. 5. Aiming sensitivity X. 5. Aiming acceleration scale. Aiming ramp power scale. Look invert Y. Off. Invert the vertical rotation direction of your camera when not aiming. Aiming invert Y. Off. Look mirror X. Off. Mirror the horizontal rotation direction of your camera when not aiming mirror X. Off. Motion sensor function aiming. Off. Enables using the orientation of the controller to adjust your aim direction. Left and right directional buttons. Change.
Really?
Aiming. Motion sensor function aiming. Off. Enables using the orientation of the controller to adjust your aim direction. Left and right directional buttons. Change. Circle button. Back.
That's interesting. You use the controller to aim at you. Really?
Sensitivity X. Locked. Range. 1. Sensitivity. Aiming invert Y. Locked. Aiming mirror X. Camera assist. Aim assist. 10. Range. Camera A. Lock on aim. Off. Controls. Dual sense. HUD. Subtitles. Display.
Just going through
Subtitle display. Audio. Language. Accessibility. Display. Rendering mode. Unlocked for brightness. Safe zone. Motion blur. Camera shape. Film grain. 10. Gore. Rendering mode. Before gore. Default. Mod. Rendering mode. Gore. Default. Modifies gore effects when set to reduced. Reduced. Default. Rendering mode. Performance. Unlocked frame rate. Display. Audio. Language. Accessibility. Difficulty. Alternate controls. Magnification and alternate control. Ladder movement. Character. Change the directional input for movement. Customize controls. Remap and fully customize ladder movement. Character. Change the directional input for movement on ladders. Character. Movement up down ladders with left stick is relative to the player's orientation. Camera. Movement up down ladders with left stick is relative to the camera's orientation. Recommended for players who are blind or have low vision and are using navigation assistance to orient themselves.
Right. So
Left camera. Character. Camera.
So let's do camera. That's
Left and right hand wheel input. Left stick. Melee while aiming. Off. Allows the player to melee with. Square button. Repeated button presses. Tap. Change the input method for repeated button press prompts. Tap. Default. Press the button. Tap. Hold. Left and right tap. Melee combos. Tap. Change the input method for performing a melee combo. Tap. Default. Press. Aiming mode. Hold. Change the input method. Sprinting. Hold. Change the input method for sprinting. Crafting. Hold. Backpack weapon swap. Bow firing. Hold. Listen mode. Hold. Camera assist. Off. Automatically reorients the camera in the direction of your movement.
Right,
Select
that's what I
horizontal or vertical to
wanted.
limit assistance to that axis. On. Horizontal. Vertical. On. Lock on aim. Off. Automatically lock on to enemy targets when aiming. Targets the center of the enemy's body. On.
I forgot to put these on earlier.
Left and right directional buttons.
These might
Change.
help.
Triangle. Lock on strength. 10. Arc throw lock on. Off. On.
That was quite good. I looked at that earlier. The
Left and right
the
directional
options.
buttons. Change. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back. Lock on. Arc throw lock on. On. Arc throw lock on strength. 10. Range. 1.
The arc
lock
throw
on.
basically
On. Automatically
is-
lock on to enemy targets when L2 button. Aiming ithroable. In stealth, bricks and bottles lock on slightly away from enemies to facilitate distractions. Use right stick to directly target the enemy instead.
That's quite
Left
clever.
and right directional
So
buttons.
the arc throw
Change. Triangle button.
will
Reset to
automatically
defaults.
throw a brick,
Circle button.
or
Back.
if you've got something that's a distraction, will throw it away from your enemy rather than at them, like you would do if it was locked on with a weapon. I'm assuming, and then you can flip to be able to flip to the enemy. But it's just quite clever the way that defaults.
Arc throw lock on strength. Arc throw lock on. On.
on.
Auto weapon swap. Off. Auto pickup. Off. Automatically picks up nearby ammo and ingredients.
Might put that on if it
Left and right directional buttons.
troublesome.
Minigame time limit. Default. Mod minigame input. Default. Customize controls. Remap and fully customized ladder movement. Camera. Change the directional input for movement on ladders.
Right.
Alternate control. Magnification and visual aids.
That's
Square button. Presets. X button. Select. Circle button. Back. Accessibility. Difficulty. X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults. Circle button. Back.
Is there somewhere I can put prompts?
Accessibility, magnification and motion sickness. Square button, increase navigation and traversal. Screen reader and audio cue. Screen cinematic description. Traversal audio cues. On. Combat audio cues. On. Combat vibration cues. Off. Speech to vibrations. Off. When enabled, audio volumes. Adjust the audio cue glossary. Browse and listen to various audio cues. Screen reader. On. Enable audio triangle button. Interact audio cue. An audio cue that plays when a triangle button interaction prompt is active.
Right.
Traversal audio cues and combat audio cues can be enabled from the accessibility menu. Square button, melee sweetener break glass. Plays with a melee audio cue when a square button, break glass prompt is active. Triangle button, interact audio cue distant.
Right.
Triangle button, interact audio cue hold. Circle button, crouch audio cue. Square button, melee audio cue. An audio cue that plays when a square button, melee prompt is active. Traversal audio cues, square button, melee audio cue distant.
So many
An
cues. I
audio
might
cue
have to
X
turn the volume of
button,
these
jump
up.
audio cue. Square button, melee audio cue. An audio cue that's X button, jump audio cue R2 button, throw audio cue. X button, jump audio cue distant. An X button, jump audio cue distant. X button, jump audio cue.
Right.
An audio cue
It's
that
gonna take a
plays
long
when
time to get
X
used to
button,
the
X button,
sounds of
R2
these.
L2 button, throw audio cue distant. Error. Lost control. Regained control.
Wow.
L3 button, navigation assistance. Navigation assistance waypoint. L3 button, navigation assistance objective. L3 button, navigation assistance no goal. L3 button, navigation assistance underwater. L3 button, navigation assistance item.
Crikey.
L3 button, navigation assistance enemy.
This is going to take a
Screen
long
reader and
time
audio
to get
cues.
used to
Audio
that.
cue glossary. Browse screen reader and accessibility. Options.
Let's get into it again.
Come on! Go! Move it!
Still not entirely sure what I'm meant to be doing there.
Move it!
Right.
Come on! Go! Move it! Get to the highway! What? Go! You got Sarah! I cannot run him!
Uncle Tommy?
I will meet you there. Hurry!
Daddy, we can't leave him.
He's gonna be fine.
Just have to run faster, I guess, to get through that bit. Oh my god.
Daddy, we can't leave him.
He's gonna be fine. We're almost there.
They're getting closer. Dad?
Fucking hell. Right, this is gonna... I'm gonna have to take some time out of this, I think.
They're getting closer. Dad?
Two infected men are shot down behind Joel and Sarah. A soldier wearing a gas mask shines a flashlight.
It's okay, baby. We're safe. We're safe. Hey, we need help. Stop! Please. It's my daughter. I think her leg's broken.
Stop right there!
The soldier aims a rifle at them. Joel steps back.
We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians on the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But...
The soldier speaks into a radio.
Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need...
The soldier raises his weapon. Shit. As the soldier fires, Joel shields Sarah, then drops her as he collapses. The soldier steps over Joel with his lightened rifle aimed at Joel's face.
Please don't.
The soldier topples over as he is shot in the head. Tommy appears with a raised revolver.
Oh, no.
Joel scrambles to his daughter.
Sarah?
She holds a blood-soaked stomach.
Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know.
He applies pressure to her wound.
Listen to me, I know this hurts you. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby, I know it hurts. Come on, baby, please. I know, baby, I know.
Tommy steps forward as Joel glances back at him.
Sarah.
Sarah goes limp in her father's arms.
Baby.
Her lifeless eyes stare up at him. He rocks her back and forth.
Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Come on.
Happiness.
No. No.
Happiness.
No.
He holds her close.
Please. Please don't. Please.
A white title appears over a black background. The Last of Us. Then, opening credits appear as an outbreak of cordyceps fungus spreads. Audio recordings of news broadcasts play.
The number of confirmed deaths has passed 200. The governor has called a state of emergency.
There are hundreds and hundreds of bodies lining the streets.
Panic spread worldwide after a leaked report from the World Health Organization showed that the latest vaccination tests have failed.
With the bureaucrats out of power, we can finally take the necessary steps.
Los Angeles is now the latest city to be placed under martial law. All residents are required to report to their designated quarantine. Riots have continued for a third consecutive day, and winter rations are at an all-time low.
A group calling themselves the Fireflies have claimed responsibility for both attacks.
Their public charter calls for the return of all branches of government.
Demonstrations broke out following the execution of 6 more alleged Fireflies.
You can still rise with us. Remember, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Believe in the Fireflies.
Spores released from the fungus into the air. Cut to black. White words appear. Summer. Cut to a darkened room where Joel lies asleep. He startles awake. White words appear. 20 years later. A weathered Joel appears with graying dark hair as he staggers from the room.
I'm coming.
He stiffly shuffles to an apartment door. He opens it to reveal a woman with dark hair pulled back by a black bandana.
How was your morning?
She enters. Bruises mark her right eye and cheek. She picks up a brown liquor bottle, then pours its contents into a glass.
Want one?
No, I don't want one.
They share a glance as he steps away from her.
Well, I have some interesting news for you.
Where were you, Tess?
She sits on a tabletop.
West End District. Hey, we had a drop to make.
He brings her a damp cloth.
We had a drop to make.
Well, you wanted to be left alone, remember?
She holds the cloth to her face.
So I'll take one guess. The whole deal went south and the client made off with our pills. Is that about right?
Deal went off without a hitch. Enough ration cards to last us a couple of months, easy.
He motions to his face.
You want to explain this?
I was on my way back here, and I got jumped by these 2 assholes, all right?
Motions to his face.
Yeah, they got a few good hits in, but... Look, I managed.
Give me that.
He takes the cloth, then inspects her face.
Are these assholes still with us?
He dabs at the bruising.
Well, that's funny.
Let's find out who they were.
Yeah, look, they were a couple of nobodies. They don't matter. What matters is that Robert fucking sent them.
She stands to face him.
Our Robert.
He knows that we're after him. He figures he's gonna get us first.
Son of a bitch is smart.
He tosses the cloth onto a counter.
He's not smart enough. I know where he's hiding.
Like hell you do.
Old warehouse in Area 5. Can't say for how long, though.
Well, I'm ready now. Yeah?
Oh, I can do now.
He follows her.
Stalker. So we're at the cutscene. I'm assuming we're. So you tapped the. Still part of a cinematic? Oh no.
The checkpoint's still open.
Only got a few hours left until curfew.
Well, we better hurry up then.
You are standing. Health 100. You are standing. Health 100.
Cool. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at this point. Pretty accessible, I think. If I haven't gone to the combat and all the other finer things, but out of the box, talking menus. More games need talking menus. Really good. The cinematics, first time I've experienced that in a video game. Audio description, that's quite a game changer. The reason I was dying, I guess, back then in the trying to escape was because I wasn't adjusting my viewpoint quick enough. That's part of the problem. Is obviously if you get stuck somewhere on a bit of scenery, if it's a time critical situation where you've got to get away from something, then you can get trapped quite easily and continue to die. But by continually tapping the traverse option, so always resend, as you do it quite often.
I got served the damn papers this morning. I've been selected.
That's how I got through that bit. I assume that's because I was adjusting my direction quicker.
Such crap. Soldiers are supposed to handle the outside.
I'll make sure to tell them that. What about you, Joel? You been summoned for this bullshit yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I bet.
The 3D audio is great in the headset. Really allows me to be able to turn to face the sound, so I don't actually need to, in situations like this where it's not time critical to traverse quickly using that directional button. You can actually listen to your surroundings a lot easier. I haven't gone into the other options to be able to look around.
Square button. Scan for enemies. Circle button. Scan for items.
Okay, so this is the scanning. Obviously nothing around at the moment. But it's quite good being able to scan around. Got a baby crying over this way somewhere. Yeah, so as I say, I'm going to leave it at that point. It's just an initial start up, see how it is to get into the game. With Naughty Dog, I didn't think it would be anything less than accessible to get into it. Some of the reviewers that have some sight, or a little bit more sight than I have, are saying that some of the areas are a bit difficult to navigate. But I will play through and see how we get on. I'll do that tomorrow, because it is now... What is the time? Coming up for 1:30. I just thought I'd do it straight out the box as soon as it was released. Get it on and...
You are standing.
Get it
Health
out there.
100.
Right. To be continued.
Take start new broadcast. Broadcast selected. Pause broad. 54 minutes and 4. Stop broadcast. Broadcast selected. Stop broadcast. Are you sure you? Yes. Button.